All right.
Hello, manifestors. Hey, I'm Patricia Roller. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for finding me. I am feeling so energetic about being able to do this YouTube channel and to do this video today. And you know why? Well, because one of the things I do is I'm a senior pastor at a community in Salem, Oregon. It's called Sacred Space Spiritual Community. And, you know, I'm all about helping people. Right? I'm all about like seeing people make it and seeing people happy. And part of that is about manifesting. Okay? So understanding what manifesting is and what it isn't is so important. And a little bit later on, I'll talk about that number one law, right? Because I'll have something particular to talk about on every video that I do. And hopefully you'll subscribe to it. You'll get the updates when I do those. So here's the thing. Manifesting is not magic. It's not magic, but it is a lifestyle, right? And so many people want to manifest, and they try, they read the books, they watch videos, blah, 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 and whew, nothing's changing. Why isn't anything changing? Nice deep breath. Because first you have to change the way you think. Right? So, you know, there's the wonderful book called The Secret. I think it helped a lot of people. But it was kind of a hit and miss sort of thing, I think, for people. You know, they get all jacked up about it, get out there, and then boom. You know, they'd be able to manifest the one thing, but they couldn't keep the momentum going, right? And then, you know, it's so disappointing. So let me tell you a few things about manifesting. I've been doing manifesting many, many years. Right? It's about how you believe. Because our perception of the world is based on the things we were taught, right? You know, Protestant work ethic, perhaps, you know, you have to give a good day's pay for the money. You know, of course you do, right? Of course, if you're working, you want to give your all. But that's a limiting thought. And the reason why people have so much problems, or so many problems, over manifesting is their thoughts are very limited, right? Other people can do that, you know, but I can't. I can't do that. I can't seem to get it together. All right, let's take another nice deep breath together. And just center ourselves. Good. Very good. Now, how you think about yourself, first of all, is so important. You may not remember who you really are. And who you really are is this incredible being. This incredible being that can create the life they want. And here comes that number one law. But it's based on the law of reciprocity. And reciprocity is, right, as you give, so you receive. So it's not about going out and volunteering once or you know, giving money to the homeless once. It's about your thinking, right? So if you get it in your mind that everybody is having an experience and there's no success and there are no failures, then you've got something you can really work off of, right? So you're not setting yourself up for this dichotomy. You know, one day you're up, the next you're down, and when you look out, you think, oh, those people are up or they're down. No, everybody's having an experience. So when you give to that experience, then you receive from that experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe, maybe not. So if you're pretty new to metaphysics, you know, this might be really confusing for you. So let me see if I can break it down a little bit, all right? So as you move throughout your day, it's about being able to perceive right from here, but with your heart, right? So you're kind to others, you know, the way you speak into the world, the way you look at people, the way you connect. And of course, we're all going to have those days that we're a little off, right? And things are, you know, somebody cuts in front of you in traffic, you know, that might set you off, right? That might set you off. But you can always regroup. So as you're giving out into the world, this beauty, right? this beauty of you as a person, then some incredible things start to happen, because you are changing the vibration, and then the universe starts to respond to that vibration. So as I'm giving love out, I'm getting love in. I'm giving happiness out, I'm bringing happiness in. I'm giving kindness out, I'm bringing kindness in. That sets the stage for your lifestyle of manifesting, right? That sets everything. And then now that you get to play with that, and you start to, over time, you'll see what I'm saying if you keep this up. Over time, as you do that, it changes everything in you, and then you start to believe, right? And you start to remember how incredible you really are. Okay, so just think about that for a minute, right? I mean, think about how you think about yourself, right? So if you're worried about how you look, or you're worried about, how you come across to people, this took me a long time to figure this out. And then, this really helped in my manifesting. Most of the time, people may be looking at you, but they're probably not thinking about you. I'm not saying that you're not important, but you probably are not that important in their life, right? If they are thinking about you, what can you do about it, right? What's the difference? What do you care what people think? Is what I tell the people at Sacred Space. Why even bother to care what people think? If you know you're being kind, if you know you're doing all these things, then you are being the best person you could possibly be. And if they don't like how you look, well, it's really not about them. It's about how you feel about yourself. And when you get that down and you start changing that, then it really starts to change how you create, right? Because then you're more confident. And let me tell you, it took me a long time. I would keep my husband up until 3 in the mornings, or wake him up at 3 in the morning. What do you think? What do you think that she thought about blah, blah, blah? And he's like, oh my God, when is this going to stop? Right? And then one day I thought, I can't do anything about that. I can't. I can only change how I think about myself. So let's backtrack a little bit. When you manifest, right, when you bring something in to your life, sometimes it can happen quickly. A lot of times, it may take something else to build on something else, and you may take a little bit of time to manifest, and that's where people kind of give up. But look at all these wonderful things that are happening for you while you're waiting for your manifestation. You are learning how to be kind, you're learning how to move, and have amazing repertoire in the world, and an amazing experience with the world around you. You get excited about your life. This was some years ago, but when I was still struggling with how I wondered how people thought about me, or my thoughts about myself, I had an opportunity to do some public speaking. Okay. Public speaking at that point terrified me. I would do anything not to speak in public. So that's kind of funny, right? Because now I'm a senior pastor of Sacred Space Spiritual Center and Community. But when I started to learn how not to worry about what people thought of me, then I got a little excited. Oh, because I have some things to share, right? And I got to share, and I got that feedback, like, oh, that really helped me. And I realized I was really helping people in the world. I was doing something by public speaking. But that didn't happen overnight, right? And while I was learning how to public speak and do other things, some of the things that I really wanted to manifest were working. And then, wow, it started happening. Boom, 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 boom. People say, oh, Patricia, you're a manifester. And, well, thank you so much. Namaste. I appreciate that. From my heart. I'm not special. Everybody is a manifester. You manifest from a place you think. Now, in future videos, we're going to go into particular things about that. And, this is going to be hopefully a long journey, that you take with me, because I will be sharing every week something with you, and I'm investing in you. I want you to be happy. Does that seem weird, that I want you to be happy? Because you're like, Patricia, you don't even know me. You don't even know I'm watching this, right? Well, I don't probably know you, and I don't know that you're watching this, but I can tell you something. When you're happy, you change the space around you. When you're happy, you influence other people around you. And then think about this, they influence other people around them. And that's called the butterfly effect, right? So maybe your life is changing, you're happy, you call somebody, the other side of the states, or maybe send, a text to a friend across the world, hey, blah, 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 and they get happy. You see what I'm saying? And this is a way to create a happy world and world peace. This is a beginning. When we invest in each other, and we invest in ourselves, major change happens. It does. It absolutely does. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for my life, but it wasn't always that way. And so when I see people struggling, I know about struggle. I know how real that is. I know how defining that can be, discouraging that can be, because you think you try and try and try, and nothing changes. But you haven't changed the fundamental thing about yourself, which is your thinking, right? You are so amazing that there's only one of you. Only one of you made, right? That's how amazing you are. When you start to get that, when you just bring that into yourself, even if it's just a quick little hit, even if it's just a second that you're willing to believe that, things are on the move, right? Because when you start thinking differently about yourself, you get these new neural pathways starting, right? And if you keep doing that over and over and over, even if it's a second at a time, your brain starts to change. Then when something happens, right, that would normally piss you off or whatever, your brain goes, wait, no. And it shoots down this new neural pathway that you've created. And you're like, you know what? So they cut out in front of me. We're both safe, healing energy for your journey and healing energy for mine. That's what I'm talking about, right? Is making connections. And what's so amazing about this is that, in this new age of technology, we can do that. We can make these amazing connections in a different way, right? I mean, I remember the time before there was the internet. That's true. And my husband and I, when we first heard about it, said, the internet, I wonder what that would actually do. How would people want to do that? I was still writing pen pal letters. So you'll get used to me. I kind of go off on things a little bit. So, but you're going to get to know me. And you'll get to know that's how I am. And, it's okay. So the law of reciprocity, learning how to move and have your being in the world. And then that comes back to you. And then you go a little bit further and it comes back to you again. And you're just venturing out a little bit more with that energy, with that way of thinking every day. Listen, you have to invest in yourself, invest in your thinking, because you want to manifest. What is it you want to manifest? You want to manifest more income. You want to manifest, a relationship, a new home, a vacation, right? There's some sort of saying that there's not much difference, or there's no difference, between, a coin and a castle manifesting. And that is so true, right? The thing is still the same. The way you do it is still the same. You know, it may take you longer to get the coin than the castle sometimes. That's the thing that will just flip you over. And just, you know, in this process, once you start to open that up, you're like, whoa. Because there really is no order of difficulty in manifesting. Why? Because it starts all right in here. But you got to start with your thinking, right? You got to be clear about that. You got to be clear about who you are. You got to be clear about the way you're thinking about yourself. And if you have low self-esteem, look, it gets better with this process. You know, maybe tomorrow it gets just a little better, and the next day a little bit more better. You keep doing it. You have commitment, and you keep doing it. Things are going to change. I guarantee you that. Now, you may see some videos out there, you know, 7, you know, ways to manifest, 5 ways to manifest. I'm not giving you a spiel about this. I'm not going to give you, you know, things that are marketing tricks. I'm just telling you how it is, because I live this life. I set my goals, I say what I want, and then it happens. So I should give you a couple examples. So if you're, you know, people from Sacred Space watching this, you may or may not have heard this. But, or on my Facebook, you know, you may or may not have read this. But I want to say it was, wow, a couple of years ago maybe. And I had been to Hawaii. My husband and I had been to Hawaii the year before because a friend was getting married. And I decided, and I'd been, that year too, I went to India. And so I wanted to go to India. I'd been to Hawaii and I'd wanted to go to India. And I put it out there, I'm going to do this. And I just never lost focus. So when I first started, everybody was wanting to go to India with me. And it was like 30 people, maybe, or something like that. You know, hey, let's all go together. Yay, woo, let's go to India. And then I think it was probably 6 months before I went to India. It was like nobody going to India with me. And then a friend who hadn't been part of the original came to me and said, you know, I think I'd like to go to India. And that friend and I are planning to go on the Camino. Are not planning, we're going on the Camino this June, right? So, I mean, but you've got to set your goals. You don't need to worry about the how. You just set your goals. And then you work consistently towards those. And part of the work is your thoughts, right? Facing your fears. I was afraid of flying. Oh my goodness. That trip to Hawaii helped me get over my fear of flying. That prepared me in time for India. You see how that works? It's crazy stuff like that. Crazy, crazy stuff like that. So, you know, get excited, right? You know, be one of those people, you know, who read The Secret or saw The Secret. You know, get excited, but maintain that excitement by investing in yourself and your thoughts, because that's something you can do every day. And that is the platform from which you manifest, right? Now look, I'm not saying that I don't have some down times. I'm a human being. I'm going to experience that just like everybody else. But I also know that nothing lasts. Nothing stays the same, right? So your up times, they're not going to stay there forever. Your down times are not going to stay there forever. But what stays is your commitment to your process of thinking. And as you think, there's that law of reciprocity, right? It goes out and comes back. Goes out and comes back. So invest in your manifesting by investing in your thoughts, in the way you think about yourself, in your attitude in the world, and start to change that every day. More and more, right? And then you get that joy, that amazing joy within yourself. Okay, so I am going to be doing this video, not this particular video, but a new video every week. I hope you join me. You know, I hope that you subscribe. So one of the things you can do is, you know, give back to me, right? Would be so appreciated. Just go down, you know, below the video thing there and click the subscribe button. That would be so fantastic. I would so appreciate that. And, you know, find me on Facebook too. And if you like, and, you know, I can always, you know, do what I can to answer questions. So I do have some other things. I have a website. It's www.balancedmanifesting.com. So that's www.balancedmanifesting.com. On that website, I have a 21-day course. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. So and I'll be talking about how you need to retrain your subconscious. I'm doing this first one with your thinking. You know, the next thing we've got to start to work on is how your subconscious has been trained and to rewrite that for you. And you can do that through my 21-day course as well. It's on sale now till the end of December. So go there, and there's an ebook and the courses. So that's for sale right now. The other thing is, if you're in Salem, hey, stop by Sacred Space Spiritual Center. We are on 2111 Front Street, Northeast, Salem 97301. And we have our gatherings Tuesday evenings at 6:30 and Sunday mornings at 10:45. So join us, come in, get a hug, right? So just to kind of wrap this up for this one, I just want to let you know you are important. Become important to yourself. Make your dreams a reality. Don't think that you can't. Know that you can, right? This is the time for manifesting. Right here and right now. You can do this. I know you can. And maybe I'll talk to you someday. You know, maybe I'll actually meet you in person. Who knows, if I haven't met you already. And you can tell me your manifesting story. So we're beginning this journey together. I'm committed to you. I will post videos every week regularly. That's a commitment, I promise. Right? And so let's grow in this relationship together, this experience. Here's what we do. I started it years ago, and it just took at Sacred Space. So we do this thing on the count of three. We go 1, 2, 3. We open our arms, and then we say, you know, oh my God, Goddess, whatever your belief system is, I love myself. So let's do that, and this is how I'm going to be ending each of my videos. So 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love myself. I love you. Thank you so much. Namaste.